Yeah, this is the marine grease that I put it earlier. It feels good. It feels really smooth. Kind of messy. Marine grease is very helpful if you run a lot inside the waters. The bearings feel smooth. Very smooth. Due to the fact that I use marine grease, so the water doesn't actually get inside those tiny balls, you know? So it helps. I'm probably gonna still use marine grease on the outside, but for the inside, I'm gonna replace that with some thinner or lower viscosity kind of grease. So open these 4 screws. There's a washer to make sure we don't lose it. Right. So I'm gonna clean the inside. As I said earlier, you know, I experienced some like fishtailing, like the car wash out a lot, because what I suspect is that the differentials has a thicker grease at the rear, and that's how the car is washed out, you know, when you accelerate. So what I'm trying to do is to use a thinner grease, so all the power would go to the front differentials, and hopefully the front wheel are pulling instead of like the rear tire are pushing. So that's what I'm trying to do and see how I experience with that setup. And what I'm gonna use today is this cut of grease that I have, something like, I don't know, there, loop, whatever, model MT1-4. Okay, so let's clean these gears. Actually, I don't have to clean them, you know, but I clean them so I can see the flat, the middle flat, and there's a washer, a tiny washer. There. Yeah, a tiny washer is staying on the outside of the gear. I just want to see the flat clearly. You know, there's a flat in on these axles, on these planetary gear. You can see it. There's a flat. When you install them back, so there's another flat on the other kind of axles. You gotta make them like that. So those 2 flat will stay on top of each other like that when you put them back. Okay. Make sure I don't lose the washer. I almost threw out the paper, including the washer in there. Well, we gotta invest into one of these tweezers to work on one of these rccar. It's very helpful with the tweezer, you know. Get from dollar store. They're probably $1. What I'm trying to do is I clean out completely the marine grease that I used to put it in here. Anyway, so maybe next time I'll use like a differential fluid instead of grease. You know, we'll see how it works out. But yeah, for now I'm just gonna use grease. And then, so this material, the housing here is plastic, so you can upgrade to metal ones if you want. I'm pretty sure that they have it. Yeah, probably I'm gonna do that later. Okay. All right. Select the slot to push this one in. So when you put this one, to position the flat facing top. Okay, so that's my flat there. Hopefully you can see it in the videos. Yeah, see here, the washers stay here. The washers stay outside of the gear, and the flat will facing up for the second set. Okay, so this one facing down. Yep. Now position the flat to be mating with the other facing up. Okay, when they're mating, when you run from one axle to the next, you don't feel anything like a bump or anything, like very tiny bump. So that's how you can tell that it's mating. Yep, now fill it up the rest with grease. Okay, so as you can see, some grease squirting out the hole, so it means that it's full. I'll clean up later. Now I just want to put the, so if you don't want to strip the thread of the plastic housing, you gotta go back 1 or 2 turns to feel the thread, and then forward to tighten. This kind of grease is very thin. Of course, it's thinner than the marine grease, that's for sure. And it is used for linear bearing of the machine tools. So the more you tighten it down, the more grease will come out to wipe away the excess grease. Okay, so that's how you service the differentials for the wltoys 124016. Fill it up with different kind of grease that you think is good for your car. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I'm gonna experience with differential fluid instead of grease, but because this one doesn't have a seal around the housing, so the differential fluid will eventually come out. You know, when you turn this one at high rate of revolutions. Maybe I can use thicker differential fluid. It feels thinner for sure. When I first put marine grease in here, and it's very stiff. I mean, it's very hard to spin these axles in the opposite direction, but this one thinner, so it feels really like less resistance. And yeah, that's how you service the differentials for the wltoys 124016 RC car. And probably the same with the 17 model, the 18 model, the 19 model. They're pretty much the same. And that's how you service it. All right. So when I put it back, for sure that I'm going to use some sort of like marine grease on these kind of gear with that center axles as well. So make sure you do that. And thanks for watching, guys. And hopefully you like the videos. And yeah, if you like the videos, please give it a like. It really helps me out with the channel and the YouTube algorithm. You know, I appreciate it. And other than that, you know, I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye.